Hello friends, this is teacher JB. Let us study English. We are studying the book English Grammar in Use, and today we are studying Unit 39, If I Knew, I Wish I Knew. One more time. If I knew, I wish I knew. Let us study the example situation. Sarah wants to phone Paul, but she can't do this because she doesn't know his number. So she says, I would phone him if I knew his number. Sarah doesn't know Paul's number, so she says, if I knew. It means she doesn't know. She imagines what she would do if she knew his number. Imagines. When we imagine a situation like this, we use if plus past verb. If I knew, if you were, if we didn't, etc. But the meaning is present, not past. There are many things I'd like to do if I had more time. But it means I don't have time. If I didn't want to go to the party, I wouldn't go. But this means I want to go. If you were in my position, what would you do? It means you are not in my position. It's a pity he can't drive. It would be useful if he could. Again, if he could means he cannot. We use the past in the same way after wish. I wish I knew. I wish you were, etc. We use wish to say that we regret something, that something is not as we would like to be. I wish I knew Paul's phone number. It means I don't know. I don't know Paul's phone number and I regret this. Do you ever wish you could fly? So the fact is that you cannot fly. It's very crowded here. I wish there weren't so many people. And I'm not happy that there are many people here. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow, but unfortunately, I do. So let's compare the sentences. I'm glad I live here. So I live here, right? And then I'm happy about it. I wish I lived here. I don't live here, and then I regret that. After if and after wish, you can use were instead of was. If I were, even though this first person singular, do not use was, but use were. I wish it were. Again, it is third person singular, so you need to use as, but use were instead. You can also use was. If I were you, I wouldn't buy that coat. If I was you is also possible, but try to use were. I'd go for a walk if it weren't so cold. If it wasn't so cold is also correct. I wish Anna were here. Anna is the third person singular. Was it seems to be correct, but were is grammatically more correct. But I wish Anna was here is also acceptable. We do not usually say if would together, so we use would in the other part of the sentence. For example, if I were rich, I would travel a lot. So let's study the sentence at the bottom here. If I were rich, I would travel a lot. Travel a lot. So in this sentence, there are two clauses. The first one, this is called dependent. Dependent clause. And this is called independent. Independent or you can call this a main clause. And then subordinate. So as you see, you can use would in independent or main clause. Okay? Who would you ask if you needed to help? Again, so this is called main sentence, and this is subordinate. So you use would in the main clause. In the same way, we say, I wish I had something to read. I wish she were here now. So for I wish and I would, we are going to study a little bit later in Unit 41. Could sometimes means would be able to, and sometimes was or were able to. She could get a better job. It means it means she would be able to get a job. If she could speak another language, so this part is if she was able to speak. I wish I could help you. So I wish I could means I wish I was able, but I couldn't. Now let us do exercises. Put the verb into the correct form. If I knew his number, I would phone him. I wouldn't buy that coat if I were you. If I were you, I wouldn't buy it. I help you if I could, but I am afraid I can't. I would help you. I would help you. I'd or I would. I would help you if I could, but I am afraid I can't. This soup isn't very nice. Blank, better if it wasn't so salty. It would taste better. It would taste better if it wasn't so salty. We live in a city and don't need a car, but we wouldn't need one if we lived in the country. So if we lived in the country, if we had a choice in the country, we would. We would, WOULD, we would live in the country. I'd make a lot of changes if the manager, if I were, but if you want, you can use I was as well. If I were the manager of the company. I wouldn't call someone in the middle of the night if it, so it is the subject, if it were not, or if it was not. If it were or was not important. Number 9, if I were you, okay, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait. And then I would go now. I would go. I would go. If I were you, I would go. Number 10. You're always tired because you go to bed so late. If you did not go, if you didn't go to bed so late every night, you wouldn't be tired all the time. I think there are too many cars. If blank, okay. I think there are so many cars. If there weren't so many cars, there wouldn't be so much pollution. Number 12. We all need jobs and money, but what would you do? What would you do? What would you do if did not have to work? If you didn't have to, if you didn't have to work. Okay, to is here. If you didn't have to work. We don't see you very often because you live so far away. If you didn't live so far away, we'd see you more often. I like these shoes, but they are too expensive, so I'm not going to buy them. Okay, I would buy them. I would buy them. I would buy them if they were not. If they weren't so expensive. So expensive. Okay, number 3. We'd like to go on holiday, but we can't afford it. We would go on holiday. We would go on holiday if we could afford it. Okay. Number 4. It would be nice to have lunch outside, but it's raining, so we cannot. We would. We could. We would. Okay. So we would or we could. We could have. We would or we could have. So let's use could instead. If we. Okay. We would or we could have lunch outside. Have lunch outside if it weren't or if it weren't or wasn't raining. Okay, the last one. I don't want this. I don't want his advice, and that's why I am not going to ask for it. So, if I wanted his advice, if I wanted his advice, and then I would ask for it. Ask for it. I would ask for it. Now write sentences beginning I wish. I don't know many people. I wish I knew more people. I don't have much free time. I wish I had. Maybe you can say much, but just more free time would be good enough. I had more free time. I wish I had more free time. Helen isn't here, so I wish Helen or she were or was here. Okay? And then number 4, it's cold. I wish it were not, it weren't or wasn't cold. I wish it weren't or it wasn't cold. Number 5, I live in a big city. I wish I didn't live in a big city. I wish I didn't live in a big city. And number 6, I can't find my phone. I wish I could find my phone. I wish I could find my phone. I wish I could find my phone. Number 8, I'm not feeling well. I wish I was feeling well. I wish I were or I was feeling well. Number 8, I have to get up early tomorrow. I wish I didn't have to. I wish I didn't have to get up early tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. I wish I didn't have to get up early tomorrow. And then number 9, I don't know much about science. So you say, I wish I knew more about science. S-C-I-E-N-C-E. I wish I knew more about science. Okay, write your own sentences beginning I wish. Somewhere you'd like to be now. On the beach, in New York, in bed, etc. I wish I were in my country. Singular, lowercase, U-N-T-R-Y. For your information, my country is Korea. Now I'm in America. Something you'd like to have. A motorbike, or friends. I wish I had a small studio. S-T-U-D-I-O. I'm recording this in my room, and then this is quite dusty and noisy. Something you'd like to be able to do. Sing, travel, more, cook. I wish I could speak Spanish. Just I'm trying to teach myself Spanish, but I don't have enough time. So I wish I could speak Spanish. Something you'd like to be. Famous, more intelligent, good sport. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm satisfied. I'm happy. So I wish I could be. Okay, I could be. I could be slimmer. S-L-I-M-M-E-R. Maybe I could be younger. I wish I could be younger. Okay. Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's study. I will come back to you with another unit as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.